Hi. One of the most common questions and topics being submitted currently is some form of fashion of how do I stay consistent, or how do I start making the habit of choosing how to spend my time with Jesus. And so I know a lot of people would recommend starting in John or in Romans, reading the Word, and those are great. If that tickles your fancy, start there. But something that really helped me in the beginning when I first started my diving into the Word and my daily devotions with the Lord, I began reading a psalm or a proverb a day. And they're so full of wisdom and instruction and encouragement, and also warnings. They aren't super hard to follow along with. I think what made that beneficial for me was that I didn't feel like I needed to know every little detail surrounding what was being explained, because the proverb or the psalm itself kind of had its own message. Like, what am I trying to say? Reading a psalm or a proverb sometimes feels like you're reading the entirety of something instead of just a chapter out of a book where you're missing the beginning or the end or some crucial information. And then after I got into the groove and in the habit of reading those, I began reading John. And after walking through John, I read Romans, and from there I started all the way in Matthew, worked my way through the New Testament, and then started using the cross references to go back into the Old Testament to see how things all fit together. So I don't know if this is super helpful or not, but I'm just saying that's what helped me. So if you have been trying to read, and maybe you've started in John, maybe you've started in Romans, maybe you've started in some other book and you're still struggling to form a habit, maybe give Psalms or Proverbs a try. And something that also helped me, and I know this isn't everybody's favorite, but I set an alarm to wake up an hour earlier than I needed to be up, and set that time aside for just me and Jesus. I also made sure that I put my phone on silent and flipped it over so I didn't see any sort of distraction coming in, and used my actual Bible, flipping through the pages. That made, I think, a big difference in forming the habit and having the hunger and the desire for it now. So maybe if you're in the habit of reading on your phone, try reading it out of the actual Bible. And let's see, what else can you do? Like I said, I set an alarm an hour earlier than I needed to be up to start my day that way. But I have friends that do theirs right before they go to sleep. So you choose the time and then you start doing it. And picture the motivation you have for anything else. Let the motivation be getting close to your Lord. And some days that's going to be hard. Some days it may feel like you're just checking off a to-do list. But know that His word does not return to Him void. So it is planting little seeds. If you have any other questions, or maybe you have better better advice and instruction than I can come up with, go ahead and drop it. I love you. Have a good day.